Well, Caitlin, it's our favorite time of the week. It's where we discuss the weird, bizarre, and odd stories of the internet in our segment
What
called
do you
Well,
got
That's
for me
Odd.
this week, Rob? I know you've just been just so excited for
I
this
love
segment.
it. I love looking for these stories. So, the whole thing is I gotta tell you, I find some really great stories. But one story that I didn't realize was a big problem is that in Germany, that they actually have now created vending machines. So you've been to like vending machines. You go to the airport and buy a freaking Beats headphones and an iPad. You can buy a whole laptop computer in a kiosk now. So it's crazy. It's crazy. So apparently in Germany, there's a problem with people not having enough access to their bratwurst, bockwurst, and their barbecue meat. So they actually have a sausage vending machine. I mean, like, did we need this?
What
Who
have
who
we
asked
come
for this?
to, people? This is what we've come to?
Well, who like did we need this? Like, is this a big problem?
Apparently they did. They're obsessed.
Well, I'll tell you what, they say the machines are booming outside these German cities where the shops are likely to stay open for long, or where the shops don't stay open long hours. So still people can come after work, pick up meat. And I guess barbecuing is now becoming kind of more of a European thing. It's obviously been big here in America, but more Europeans are preparing their meats in open grills. So they can just go to the old sausage vending machine. I'll take a couple bratwurst, give me a couple knockwurst, and give me a bloodwurst too, doggone it.
No way I'm taking that. There's no way I'm going for a vending machine for a bratwurst.
Well,
If I'm ever out there, I'm going to a legit place on time. Even if I'm drunk on the streets, am I not getting a hot dog or a bratwurst from a vending machine? I'm sorry. I can't do it. I can't
I,
do it.
I lived in Germany, and I'll tell you, the best bratwursts are the ones that the guys in the little carts in the
Yeah.
middle of the city stands. They cook them up right there, and they're really
Yeah,
good.
I want a legit one. I don't want a machine
Yeah,
bratwurst.
no, no, no. You need some little old, a
It's
little old
sitting
gray
there
haired guy,
overnight. You don't know what's going on in that machine.
Yeah, all you know is ein Bratwurst bitte. That's all you do. One Bratwurst bitte. That's all you need to know. It's not
Yep.
dirty. It's nothing. It's ein Bratwurst bitte. But I'll tell you what. The other thing is, okay. So again, I'm somewhat well traveled. I've been around. I don't want to be like I'm a world traveler, but I've been on a couple cruises. And I know sometimes on the cruises you go to these little things. And you ever did the swimming with the dolphins?
I have not.
Okay, but
No.
if you heard about it, like you can swim with the
Yes.
dolphins, they get in the water and they like push you with their noses and stuff like that. So dolphins are incredibly bright animals, really, really great. So I found this story, and it's actually legitimate that dolphins actually know how to get high using puffer fish.
I
Okay.
love these animals.
So yeah, let me go back. So they thought that dolphins obviously are considered one of the most intelligent species in in all the animal kingdom, and what they've did, what through some studies they've under observation have shown that what they'll do is they'll take the puffer fish, they'll take it in their mouth, they'll kind of chew it a couple times, and then they'll hand it to somebody else, and then the other dolphin will chew on it, and then they get like stoned and they start like swaying in the water and they look at the reflections and they say that. They say after gently passing it, puffing it, and gently passing it around, that they start acting most peculiarly, hanging around with their noses at the surface, as if they're fascinated by their own reflection. So they're just. It said that it reminded them of a few years ago when there's this craze about people licking toads. Remember, there's a big thing about people licking toads
Yep.
to get high, and apparently they say that these pufferfish. I'm sorry, these dolphins know how to use pufferfish to get a buzz.
Hey, puff puff pass. They're sharing.
I
That's
mean,
odd, but I love the dolphins for doing this. They're geniuses.
they
They
got to
just want
figure it
to feel
out.
something. Good for them.
You know what?
They
I have a
figured it
feeling
out.
that within the next 10 years, those fuckers are going to figure out how to use opposable thumbs. And then we're screwed. We're screwed. The dolphins will run everything, man.
They're just gonna hold the jellyfish like this and
Yeah.
just actually pass it to their dolphin. Or I'm sorry, the
Pufferfish.
puffer.
Pufferfish, not
They
jellyfish.
also eat jellyfish, though.
Okay, but I was going to say, if you try to get stoned off a jellyfish, you're in for a rude awakening.
Rude awakening.
Okay, so
Well, that's
tell you
odd.
what, again, that's strange, it's weird, but most of all that is very,
Odd.
very odd. Um, so local news, you know, you ever see the guy like the weather guy trying to do the weathercast? There's some idiot behind him, like jumping up and down and being just a total fool. Well, yeah, I'm not sure in California you don't have anybody like that. I'm sure.
No, no, no. LA is super classy.
Yeah, yeah. So what they're having a problem in Italy where what's called they call it the transfer deadline day. It's like the deadline day for big time soccer players that transfer to different clubs. It's like a big thing. So it's very well reported and what have you. So but what was going on is that the reporters were, as they're doing their live stand-ups, the fans are like jumping on top of them, and like, you know, one guy actually had like an inflatable banana and started bopping the guy in the head while he's trying to do his live report. Now I
And
know
you know,
you.
I feel so bad for these people because when you're on the air, especially if it's live, you can't overreact. You can't, you know, go and just like hit this guy. You have to be somewhat like classy and just kind of handle it.
Oh no
I
no
don't know how the best way to handle it would be.
no
I'd
no.
probably take that banana and just freaking throw it as far as I can throw it.
You would think
You would think.
this is not America. This is Italy, and they don't like that kind of stuff. So what the guy did is the reporter actually grabbed the banana, and you can look this up on YouTube. He started beating the living fuck out of this guy with the banana, and they got it all caught on tape. And he just had enough. He's like, you know, again speaking in Italian, I don't know what he's saying. But he just beat the living shit out of the guy with this big stuffed banana, and you know, the guy obviously cowered. But
Hey, good for him.
apparently, it's a real problem over there, like with these TV reporters. In that, let's see, a number of them have been forced to deal with foul mouth and unruly individuals, you know, drunken fans, and while they're doing the report, screaming and stuff like that. They said that one reporter was actually a guy who reports for Sky Sports, which is the big European, you know, sports. That he actually was doing a live broadcast, and someone stuck a pink sex or purple sex toy in his ear while he was doing the broadcast. And then another one saw one of his broadcasts interrupted by a naked blow up doll. So this has just gotten out of hand.
Oh my goodness.
I
These
mean,
reporters are getting just humiliated.
like the guy's just trying to do a job. You know, he doesn't even really make that much money, I'm sure. You know, but wow, I just poor guy. And these, you know, again, it's, you know, ratings week. They get all kinds of people to watch TV during this deadline week, and poor guy though, he just but he'd had enough, just beat the hell out of the guy with the banana. I thought, you know what, good for him.
I do like the banana beat up.
Yeah,
That's
every
tough.
weather person in America who has to do those weather reports with someone jumping behind them should watch that video.
Well, the jumping behind him is nothing compared to what these people in Italy are
Yeah.
going through.
Craziness. And finally, so there's a picture that went very viral several years ago, and it was actually a selfie that a monkey, macaw monkey, had taken of himself. A photographer had left his camera, and he had picked up the camera, and the monkey took the picture, and then the guy took the camera later. And so, long story short, they, you know, the big lawyers got involved, and now they were trying to say that the monkey owns the copyright to that picture.
You're kidding. No way.
That the monkey should be able to make money off of its likeness.
Well, who owns the monkey?
Well, who owns the camera? The photographer owns the camera.
Yeah.
So the photographer's saying, I own the image. You know, the image is mine.
It's like, yeah, it's a camera.
But people are saying you didn't push the shutter, so it's not your picture.
Oh my gosh. So was he being sued?
Well, it was in court. Yeah, there was a big lawsuit about it, and the photographer, his name was David Slater. And this was up in 2011, so a few years ago, 10 years ago, but still, I thought an interesting story. In that the lawyers for the monkey were supported by your friends for the People for Ethical Treatment of Animals, PETA. PETA paid
Why
for
are you
the
saying my friends? But you're like your friends.
Just our friends, I should say, not your
okay.
just our friends. You know, for me, they tend to get involved in a lot of things that They, yeah, are curious sometimes. So again, they actually filed the legal proceedings in San Francisco, your old stomping grounds, stating the so-called monkey selfies came from a quote series of purposeful and voluntary actions by Naruto, who is the name of the monkey, and was unaided by the photographer. In other words, the photographer had nothing to do with it. So, and they wanted PETA to get all the proceeds from the picture that went all over the internet stuff. And we'll show the picture here. I think I'll bring it up here in a minute. But he's a 6-year-old rare crested macaw uh, monkey. He lives on the Indonesian island of Sulawesi. I didn't even know there was an Indonesian island named Sulawesi. So I'll tell you, we go all over the world to find news for you folks.
This poor photographer. I feel so bad for him. That's insane.
Well, I'll tell you
Who
what,
thought you'd ever get sued by like an epic picture that like an animal accidentally took?
it's weird. It's odd, isn't it? It's really, really odd. But the
That
thing
is
is that the judge said, man, the monkey cannot be cleared the copyright owner of the photo, and that there was no indication that the Copyright Act would apply to an animal. So it was kind of all for naught, but kind
thank
of
goodness.
cause for some interesting reading.
Definitely.
So
Thanks for
next
those
time
great
you're at the
stories.
zoo,
I just, you just teach me something new. You bring something to light every week, and I just would have never ever heard these stories ever. If it wasn't for
don't
you.
drop your camera in the panda when you go to San Diego Zoo, which you know you live near San Diego. Don't drop your camera in the panda because the pandas will own the rights to that photo. Probably, I mean, they would. I don't know.
You would think that the monkeys would be more qualified to own over a panda, but that's just my opinion.
Tell you what, and then
But
then
apparently not.
the leopards, they're not gonna stand for other people making money. So it's just a whole mess. You open up a whole can of eels, maybe, or a whole can of I can't
Monkeys.
think, prairie
Barrel of
dogs.
monkeys.
Yeah, barrel monkeys. Yeah. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for this week of This Is Odd. So thanks for joining us. See you next time.